controversy about the whole new deal sealed by Narendra Modi when he came to Paris to meet François Hollande.
So when the French ambassador tweets, it was not subject to any political interference whatsoever, and you look at the timing in February of 2015 for that settlement, do you believe the ambassador?
The ambassador is doing his job, I presume. And of course, I mean, I have no element to say if it's right or if it's not right. But what we are sure is that this piece of information, even if it's denied both by Reliance and by the French embassy, is simply adding to a large controversy running in India today, and it was mentioned in the opening piece there, where the question of Rafale is put really on the forefront by Rahul Gandhi in its campaign against Narendra Modi. So it's not just a question of knowing if Emmanuel Macron, as the Minister for Finance and Economy at that time, is concerned. The key issue is rather what has happened in India itself and what was the connection between the Indians and the French in this matter for facilitating a contract which was a kind of new start of a long story. And here we have to remind that at the very beginning, when the previous government was negotiating, it was supposed to be 126 Rafale jet, 18 delivered by France and the rest built up in India. While when Narendra Modi came in suddenly, he changed the rule of the game. He got beyond what was the common procurement rules, and he decided to buy everything on the shelf, as we say, but only 36. So it's a part of a big controversy. Now, it's too early to know if it may have an impact on the Indian voter.
All right, you mentioned this as having several layers. Bear with me because I'm going to add another one. Back in February, Indian newspaper The Hindu published an internal memo dated November 2015 where the Indian Defense Ministry complained to the Prime Minister about parallel negotiations with the French carried out by Modi's office. And basically, in those negotiations, there was this talk about there was the Reliance Group, which suddenly appears in, quote, the new formula of the negotiations. And that has been an issue on the campaign trail, Siddharth Bhatia. In fact, it's been recently admitted as possible evidence should the case return to the Indian Supreme Court.
Oh, look, that's right. But then again, as we were saying, it's a story that really goes such a long time, 15 years. And there is something very strange that happens in India is that every time something breaks or every time a controversy breaks, there is always the issue of timing. Why now? The problem in India is every now and then there is some election or other going on.
But this wasn't broken by the Indian press. This was broken by French newspaper.
But I'm just saying that, look, it was broken by the French. It was also broken by Hindu. But the issue is that every time there is a news break, it is linked to the timing. Whereas in India, something or other is always happening because of which the timing will always be suspect.
Or the initial deal, you heard Jean-Luc Cassim explain how it went from more than 100 planes to 36.
Correct.
This new formula deal, suddenly, that's when we see Anil Ambani appear. And so you have the Indian Defense Ministry complaining to the Prime Minister, saying, why are you carrying out these parallel negotiations? You're undermining us here.
Well, that's right. But then, you know, as some of the ministers in the government have said, these are procedural issues, okay? And the Prime Minister of a country is certainly entitled to negotiate a contract. And the important thing here is that the contract was duly vetted by the Cabinet Committee of Security Affairs of the Government of India. And in fact, the whole procedural aspect was followed by the government, okay? Now, the
But
issue.
that's where suddenly Anil Ambani appears. And
Now-
so thus the accusations leveled by the opposition
Correct.
of crony capitalism.
But there are two issues here. That look, Anil Ambani was also having some discussions or deals with Dassault prior to Rafale. Okay? And today it's not proven that this tax rebate, I'm going by what's available in the public domain, of course, right? This tax rebate is somehow linked to Rafale. Okay, it's not yet proven. That is number one. And secondly, this whole offset clause of the Rafale deal